Here with Tennessee football commit Addison Nichols. And Addison, thanks so much for taking the time and talking with me today, man. How are you doing today?
I'm doing fantastic. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it very much.
Yeah, of course, man. So four-star offensive lineman, a top 140 player in the country per Rivals. One of the better players to come out of Georgia here in this class. Why it's been a couple months, but why was Tennessee the move for you, and why did you want to go and play for Josh Heupel and his program?
Overall, it's just opportunity, and I really like the new staff. I like Coach Heupel. I like Coach Ellerby. I really like what they're bringing to Tennessee. I like what they do and what they stand for, and the opportunities Tennessee offers is just can't beat it. So everything just kind of was. It was just like a no brainer in the end.
So I know you have some ties to Knoxville. You spent a lot of time in Knoxville. Already felt like home for you. How big of a factor was that for you when it came down to it?
It wasn't a huge factor. I tried to keep ties and family out of it as much as possible. I didn't want that to be one of those things where it's like it made a huge impact. But now that I made the decision, it's super awesome. I can drive 10 minutes and I'm at my grandparents' house. So that's super cool for me when I get up there. And I'm super pumped for that.
Someone to do the laundry, right?
Yeah, right.
So it was your final three: Tennessee, North Carolina, Ohio State. I know USC was a factor in there as well. Kind of reflecting on this whole process, kind of what's your thoughts on finally being done and kind of having a plan for you in place to go out and know where you're going to go.
Right. It was awesome finally getting it finished. It was kind of like when I committed and made that decision, it was like a weight just lifted off my shoulders. The recruiting's extremely difficult, and it just takes so much out of you. And having it finished was just really good for me in life and in school and stuff like that. So super excited to have it finished.
When you committed to Tennessee, I reached out to your head coach, Tim Hardy at Greater Atlanta Christian, and he had a lot of good things to say about you. Obviously, one of the things that stood out to me was how good of a teammate you are, a leader both in your words and in your actions. You come into the field house, the practice field every single day, trying to get better yourself, but trying to better those around you. Kind of that role for you. Has it always been that way, and is that something you hope to, again, step into one day at Tennessee?
Absolutely. I'm a really sociable guy, definitely an extrovert. So I've always kind of had that about me where whenever I walk into a room, I'm trying to bring up the energy in the room. And when I'm on the field, I'm trying to make everyone else better with me because if everyone else is getting better with you, then the whole team's getting better and you win games. So that's always been something about me for sure.
So obviously following your recruitment, I know your strengths. A lot of our listeners and viewers at ballquest.com know your strengths as well. You're strong, you're quick, you have good feet, you're good in your pass set, you're a mauler in the run game. What else about you on the field kind of sticks out and makes you stand out compared to some of the other prospects in this class?
I'd say probably just my ability to manhandle the guy in front of me and kind of figure out what he's doing during the game. I can usually um, I do a good job of getting to know him better than he knows himself, and I like to use that against them. So
How much comes with that in preparation and film study? I would imagine you're probably watching a couple hours of film every single week.
absolutely, yeah, definitely. Watching film is super important, but there's a lot of stuff that you can't get from film. It's something that you got to feel out on the field, and I feel like one of my strengths is picking stuff like that up really well and uh, being able to do something about it.
For you and your journey as we speak with Addison Nichols here, Tennessee football commit offensive line. Kind of when did you know that, hey, I got a real shot to play some big time football? And, for your own personal progression in the weight room and just in terms of your body developing, when did all that happen for you and during this high school journey?
So I'd probably say all of it really hit going into high school. The summer of eighth grade, going into ninth grade, I gained like 50 pounds in the 2 months. I went from like 220 to 270. I just hit the weight room, completely changed my body from a tight end to a lineman. And that was really when it was kind of like, okay, might be something here. And then just getting that ability to play. Sadly, Miles Hinton got hurt in the first game, which gave me the opportunity to play. And then playing through those games and towards the end of the season, I was like, okay, I'm not too bad at this. Something might come out of it. So that was pretty much it. This the beginning of high school.
When you look at Tennessee, early in the season, obviously a big game coming up this weekend against Florida. What did you like from Tennessee's offense? New look offense, of course, new scheme, new coaching staff. What do you think about the tempo and the overall play of the offensive line so far?
I think it's good. The tempo of it's really good for an offensive lineman. It really gets the defensive line on their heels, which makes your job much easier. So if you're conditioned well enough, it is a huge plus to your game. Definitely not really fun if you're not conditioned. That is brutal. But overall, it's a really, really good system for a lineman, and I feel like the Tennessee Lions done a great job with it so far. They don't look gassed when they get really get going. So I feel like they've done a good job to prepare. Now they just got to get everyone back from injuries, and then it'll be good.
It sounds like this would be a no for you, but the up tempo, trying to run over 3 plays a minute, trying to average somewhere in the 80s in terms of play calls per game. Is that intimidating for an offensive lineman, knowing that, I mean, that's going to be a challenge for you?
I don't know. Challenges are what make things fun. So it's just something to move into. It's not like I'm going to the same system I have. It's the fun in it, learning a new system and just doing it. So I'm excited for it. I'm excited for the challenge, and it's something that I'm interested in.
Who are some of these guys at Tennessee right now on the team, whether it be, maybe Cooper Mays, maybe Javante Spraggins, maybe Cade Mays? Who are some of these guys that you've gotten to know and start build relationships with, as Tennessee was recruiting you?
Biggest one's Cooper. I talk to him every so often, and he's probably the one that I've created the biggest relationship with. Uh, the weekend I actually committed, the week before I publicly committed, I was up there and hanging out with him and his brother and some of the guys. So that was really good. So we both have a pretty good relationship with each other.
You look at this class right now, 14, 10 of which hail from the offensive side of the football. And so that's got to be fun for you right now. But you got
Absolutely.
Brian Grant, you got Mo Clipper, Masai Reddick on that offensive line with you. What about the relationships with those guys? How often do you guys talk?
We talk frequently. We have a big Tennessee commit group chat. So we talk almost every day uh, as a group where we plan stuff. We're planning on all going to the Ole Miss game, which is going to be really fun. We'll pretty much have the whole commit class, so get to see some of those guys that I haven't seen in a long time. So I'm excited for it. But yeah, we talk frequently.
And Addison, I see you on social media and you kind of taking I won't say you're the only one because you're not, but you taking the reins and trying to recruit for Tennessee as well. How much of a responsibility do you and your fellow commits kind of view that as trying to get more people to join the boat?
Well, it is our responsibility. It's our class, and um, how good we want our class depends on how well we can recruit. So it's something important to me, and especially important to the other guys in Taven. So we've made it a important thing for us to get some guys. Right now, we're focused on the defensive side of the ball. Obviously, we pretty much have everyone we need on offense. So um, we're working on it. We're going to get it done, get it right, and it's going to be a great class. I'm telling you, man.
Yeah, still certainly a lot of time in that regard. All right. I got just one more question for you here as we wrap these things up. Growing up, it was always I was always told you need to be well rounded, not just need to play football. You need to be well rounded. Addison, you are an Eagle Scout. You are a second degree black belt type
Mhm.
guy. You play golf. I mean, why did you get involved in all these things? And obviously they're big passions of yours, man, that just kind of flow into your personality.
It's just something as a kid, my parents would put me in it, and it just kind of stuck. Uh, Taekwondo, scouts like that. I did those when I was way younger. So when like I was like, oh, I want to try that. Just my parents just kind of put me in it, and then I kind of fell in love with it. So just growing up, I either get bored or my parents wanted to do something with me. So I got interested in a lot of stuff. So like with music, I was bored and we have a piano upstairs, so I went and started playing music, and then I got another instrument. So either parents or I got bored. It's typically how it went.
I gotta believe, golf, it helps with the core a lot for you, and that translates to football, of course. Does karate help you at all? Is there any translation there? I mean, maybe footwork, right?
Yeah, Taekwondo was really good for me. The footwork and the hand movement was
Mhm.
incredible, and being able to use those hand moves to get guys' hands off of me and use the feet to keep them quick. It was really, really helpful. Anyone out there definitely needs to try it. very beneficial, especially with the flexibility as well. It was good.
Man, just a couple months away from officially signing your national letter of intent. I know you're excited to get up here to Knoxville and start this next journey. Kind of, what's your message, man, to all the Vol listeners right now and everybody reading this? Just checking up on your story. What's your message to them?
I'd say that day cannot come fast enough. I am counting the days until January comes, man. I'm so pumped to be in Knoxville. Knoxville is going to be the best home ever, and I know me and the guys that are coming in. It's about to be a great time when we get there. Don't worry, January is going to be a great month. Great month.
And where can all of Tennessee fans follow you on social media to keep up with your journey until then?
Instagram is Addison_Nichols_, and Twitter is AHNichols22. So follow me there and you'll see everything that's going on.
All right, Addison Nichols, Tennessee football commit. He is a 4-star offensive tackle per rival, 6'5", 310, a top 140 player in the country from Greater Atlanta Christian in Georgia. Addison, thanks so much, man. Appreciate it. And we'll talk again soon, okay?
Thank you. I appreciate it very much. Thank you.